So back on October 12th, 2018, Activision and Treyarch released a game called Duty Black Ops 4. It released to very positive reviews at first, and then it just quickly tanked towards negative, with constant crashes, freezes, and just general bugginess of this game. Everybody thought it was an unfinished product, and I'm one of those people. So today I'm going to be going a little more in depth with everything about Black Ops 4. I'm going to start off with the zombies mode, and I'm going to try to move the multiplayer and then blackout. Go from the thing that I care about the most, then to something that I ranted about for 40 minutes on a prior live stream, and then to something that isn't as buggy but still needs to be worked on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let's get into it. I just don't know where to start with zombies, okay? Back in 2016 actually, with Revelations, left the entire community on a cliffhanger of where the hell is the story going from here. And I have to say, I was not expecting this many issues with a Treyarch game. Like World War II, okay? Their main issue was the Wooslings, okay? Which ended up finally nerfing the spawns, I think. Like when their final DLC came out, they ended up nerfing the spawn rate of Wooslings. Infinite Warfare, their issue was that nobody liked the game and nobody liked the story, but the gameplay was good. This game, everybody loves the story and everybody loves the gameplay, and somehow they managed to fuck up both the story and the gameplay. Now the gameplay I've already ripped into enough, okay? With the constant blue screens, the glitches. For fuck's sake, Bruno! You can play as Bruno on Blood of the Dead. There's a couple screenshots of that. The bots have chakrams. I forgot their full name. I barely played the Chaos Story because I could honestly care less about them, which is another issue that I'll get into later. But the bots on Classified that I showed you guys in that video that I uploaded a couple days ago, they had chakrams as their specialist weapon. What the fuck? Why? Like, give them, if they're not even going to use their specialist weapon, at least give them the Ether storyline weapons. I don't get this at all. I don't know, like, what were they smoking at Treyarch for them to release such a buggy game? Okay, so, there's this another YouTuber, High Round Zombies player named Frenzy, okay, who tweeted out that November 2nd would have been like the actual release of Black Ops 4 if you go off the last few COD releases since Black Ops 3. They've always released the first Friday of each November since Black Ops 3 came out. So technically the game could have come out on November 2nd, which would have given them like an extra like almost month to finish up like all the bugs that are in zombies mode, like maybe rework the weapons, rework Pack-a-Punch, the zombie health, the player health. I mean, for fuck's sake. The game is so broken, and they're finally working on it. I will give Treyarch a little bit of credit. They just released some patch notes saying that they acknowledge the blue screens and crashing, and that fixing that is their #1 priority, and they will be coming out later on, very soon, was their quote, okay, very soon, they will come out with more information from the zombies team. I don't think that's gonna save their ass this time, because at this point, I'm just fucking done with Black Ops 4 Zombies. Like, yeah, I enjoy the fuck out of it. I love Black Ops 4 Zombies. But I can't stand how buggy the game is. Even the zombie AI is different. To the point where it's not even fun to go for high rounds, because you're trying to, like, train the zombies around, and one of them will just break off from the horde from behind, and try to just cut you off. Instead of, like, on Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, or any other Treyarch Zombies game, they just follow you. They all horde up. Now they're trying to cut you off, which is the most asinine AI I've ever played against. It's almost as bad as playing against the Infected on Left 4 Dead 2 on Expert. And I fucking hate Expert. I will play like Left 4 Dead 2 up to Advanced because the zombie AI is bearable to that point. But like, it's just like Left 4 Dead now, where they just swarm you out of fucking nowhere. And it's not even like your fault half the time. You'll be running around doing a horde the exact same way you have been for like the last 2 hours, and just out of nowhere one zombie will break off, stop you. You won't be able to get through this wide enough hallway because there's just one zombie blocking you and you're fucking dead. Unless if you have a specialist weapon or anywhere but here. But wait, hold on, if you use anywhere but here, the cooldown time is like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, however the fuck long they made it now. So that's like your one chance at using it for like the entire game, or maybe for that round, depending on how high of a round you're on. If you use your specialist weapon, well, good luck on getting that back, because you know you're gonna have to kill zombies to get that back. And like, it's just so stupid what they're doing, because like they nerfed the cooldown time. Yeah, it would be nerf, right? To like increase it. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm going off on like just what is going on in my mind right now. But they nerfed the cooldown time of classic elixirs to make them take longer to you know, cool down. And they buffed the time for the mega elixirs that you have to pay for with either COD points or plasma. And we all know you're not getting all these things with plasma that you've earned in game, because the earn rate is so fucking slow. I played to round 48 unclassified and I went from 12 Nebulium plasma to 62. That's not even enough for the rarest version. On Black Ops 3, you could get 3 Divinium just like that. It's so stupid how much they're pushing the fucking COD point system in this game. They need to buff either the Nebulium plasma or lower the fucking cost of buying Nebulium plasma. Because charging $5 for a single spin is the scummiest thing I've ever seen a company do. Second to EA. But Jesus fucking Christ, what were you thinking with your zombies mode this year, Treyarch? Okay, so this I talked about a lot when the Black Ops 4 multiplayer beta first came out, okay? One thing I wanted them to fix. The only thing I wanted them to fix. They could have kept every other stupid fucking issue with their multiplayer beta as long as they nerf the armor in the game, okay? The armor, when you shoot at somebody with armor, it's like you're doing no damage to them. Yeah, it may only give you a bonus like 50 health, but you'll like be shooting at somebody, which I've done like on stream. I'll be shooting at somebody with armor, and their armor thing won't even go down, and I'll be dead instantly from the same person. Armor is the dumbest fucking thing that I've ever seen a game implement. Call of Duty game implement. Okay? Like, I have never seen such overpowered shit in any other Call of Duty game that I can think of right now that gives you that much more health. Maybe like the Juggernaut, like whatchamacallit, the suit that you would get in like Ghosts, that one and the Maniac one. Maybe that, but that's like a kill streak. Armor is like, you like can either choose from like a stim shot, you can choose from like a couple other things that like, you know, that it's like your new whatchamacallit, L1 or L2, because I play on default flip, so it's the L2 button for me, but it's your new secondary grenade button feature. And I normally go with the stim shot because personally I think the armor should be nerfed and I don't want to use something that's broken. But going up against such a broken piece of equipment in a game, it's got me to the point where I don't even want to touch the game for the multiplayer. The multiplayer is like, the spawns are complete shit, and topped on like, just to put on top of that the bugginess that is the armor, unless if that's how it's supposed to be, then fucking nerf or buff the gun damage to people with body armor, because it's so stupid how many bullets it takes to kill somebody with armor. It's like half a clip to a full clip depending on what gun you're using to kill somebody with body armor. It is the dumbest thing ever. And again, that's on top of the shitty spawns. Like, you'll die and like you'll spawn back in and you'll be right next to where you fucking died. No tact deploy beacon nearby. You'll just spawn right there and they'll kill you again. Your spawn could be on the other side of the map and you'll just spawn wherever the fuck the game puts you. It's the most like broken spawn system I've seen in a COD game too. And then on top of that, like, this is just a little bit of a nitpick, but Ajax's riot shield, why does nothing break it? Literally. I don't know if explosive weapons break it, but like even the Annihilator pistol doesn't break that. And I think I saw Prestigious Key make a video on that, and as soon as I saw the Annihilator pistol not breaking the shield, and I'm just, I can't. Why is that a thing? Where like you have that little you know, glass window, which I could assume is bulletproof glass. But when you have an Annihilator, okay, that pistol, that supposedly can just go through anything as shown in Black Ops 3 and other cases in Black Ops 4. That pistol can go through fucking anything and everything. I have been killed through walls with that gun. Why can't it go through this little fucking thin piece of glass into Ajax's fucking skull? I don't get that at all. And then, like, you know, the ICR, I remember, like, a lot of people were complaining about the ICR. I've mainly been playing zombies, so I haven't really touched multiplayer that much. I'm level 19 on there. But everyone was saying, like, the ICR is the most broken gun in the game. I guess I've used the ICR. It's not that good. It's not as good as many people were, like, making it out to be. Chest up, it's pretty fucking deadly. But you can say the same thing about the Rampart. Or, like, any other AR. The Maddox is the most overpowered AR in the game right now. Followed by the Auger. I love the Auger, but it's broken as fuck. Followed by the Hades. It's just completely asinine. Sorry about that. I just had to go and fix something that was going off. Well, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. The shit's asinine, okay? The guns are so broken in Black Ops 4. Where, like, the SMGs can barely do any damage. I have the MX-9 with high cal, or wait, is it high cal? I know I have FMJ on it. It's got, like, the two attachments that can do the most damage, okay? They output the most damage. Then I have hybrid mags on it. And still, I can't get a fucking kill with it. It's got extended and fast mags. That's what the hybrid mags does. It gives you some more bullets and it makes you reload a little faster. And I have the two most, like, you know, damage output attachments, if I'm not mistaken. I could just be thinking of the Rampart with high cal and FMJ, but on my MX-9. But I have it set so my gun can output the most damage as possible. I can aim at the chest and the head of the enemy, and I still won't be able to kill them. It's so stupid at close range. And at long range, just fucking, no, you're not going to get any kills at long range. You'll count yourself lucky if you get a kill at long range. Short range, you're still getting outclassed by the assault rifle that shouldn't be able to beat you. Shotguns, like, I haven't really seen much complaints about shotguns. The SG-12, I've heard, is really shit until you get it maxed out. When you get it maxed out, you get that strobe light. So I think that's fair. Because the gun kinda is really weak from what I've seen and from what I've heard. So, I don't really have an issue with the shotguns. But like that, the Hades, or the MX-9, which is broken. The Hades, which is like absolutely just overpowered. I'm not saying it's broken. The ICR and the Auger are like the only weapons you will mainly see on Black Ops 4. There's like, in like, you know, eventually they'll make it so like there's just one or two weapons that are the go-to ones, like how it was in Black Ops 3. Whereas the VMP and the M8, and if you didn't use those, you're just fucking stupid. It's so, I just don't get it. Why put so many other guns and weapons into your game when you're just gonna buff like two of the weapons and make it so that every match plays the exact same? I don't know what you're thinking, but it's not what people want. So last on my list, my shit list, I guess I could call it, is Blackout. Now Blackout, haven't really had many issues with it. It's one of my favorite parts about Black Ops 4 right now, aside from the Specialist HQ, which I'm not going to go into because it's basically like half campaign, half combat training. So it's not like you're going up against enemies, it's just basically giving you a tutorial. But Blackout, I only have one main issue with it. And it is the constant, like, freezing of the game. It doesn't blue screen, it doesn't have, like, frame rate issues, it doesn't crash. But I've played this in the beta, okay? I played it, it happened to me once in the beta. And it's happened to me 4 or 5 times now in the full game. Where I'll be in, like, the final, like, match, the final matchup, the final 1v1 of the game. I'll go to shoot somebody, I'll hit them in the head, they'll hit me a couple times, and I'll flinch too many times, and my game will just completely freeze, let out this, like, ear-piercing, like, just buzzing noise, and it'll sit there frozen, and then everything will just cut. And I'll have to, like, reboot my PlayStation, like, hold on the power button and wait for it to just force itself to shut down. I don't get that at all. I did what Vonderhaar said to, like, defrag your hard drive, so that would help out. It didn't work, okay? It did not work at all for my older PS4. And yes, I have a launch edition, like, a launch type PlayStation. Maybe not from the launch year, but it's that same model PlayStation. Which, yes, I get it, it's old, okay? But still, you shouldn't be neglecting all the hardware on like that you are releasing this game for. Like Xbox One, neglected. Completely neglected. The game runs abysmal on there half the time, at least for Blackout. It's just a shame. Because the Xbox One S runs it a little better, but it seems like they focus mainly on the One X. Just like how they focus mainly on the PS4 Pro for this game. It's like they're trying to phase out the actual consoles that everybody else in the world owns, and it's focusing on a very small percentage of players right now. And it's like a slap in the face to like a majority of the community that can't afford a new console but can afford their game. By the way, that noise you guys just heard was like a hiccup. That fucking hurt. Maybe it's because I said, you know, it's a slap in the face and I felt pain, so my body... Fuck it. Whatever. We're going on. But, it's just so... I don't even have words for how, like, disappointed I am to see the game run this bad on, you know, the actual consoles. I think on the PS4 Slim, it runs better. But the PS4 Slim just recently came out, like, what, last year? If I'm not mistaken. I could be completely mistaken on that, and if I am, call me out in the comments. But I believe the PS4 Slim and the Pro both came out last year. So still, a majority of your players still have the regular PS4 non-Slim, non-Pro, and a majority of your players have the regular Xbox One, not the One S, not the One X. And you're not focusing on those two consoles at all. You're focusing on the ones with more power. So you're basically forcing most of your console players to go out and spend another like $400, $500 on a new console. If I knew that was the case, I would have just pre-ordered this for my PC, because I know it would run better on here. But even then, I'm running the risk of just the game being unstable and crashing, and that's for all modes, okay? The game is super unstable, and it shows it when you play Blackout on the regular PS4 and the regular Xbox One. And I just want to know, when are these things going to get fixed? I don't get it at all. Zombies is broken to the point where like you can barely fucking play it at times because of how often it crashes. Multiplayer is broken based off of the weapons and armor. And Blackout's broken because the game is unstable on the older consoles, and if you're in a gunfight and you get hit too many times, your game will just fucking freeze up on you. Now, I don't know if I'm the only one that's dealt with that on Blackout, but I have not seen anybody call attention to it. And it's just disappointing. I don't know where the community is going. It looks like there's nobody that cares about this game as much anymore. I mean, I've seen a few Zombies YouTubers talk about the blue screens on Zombies, but I've not seen anybody complain once about anything wrong with Blackout or multiplayer. Maybe they're like complaining, oh, the Blackout tiers, or the black market tiers, sorry, are too slow to get. Zombies can't even work on the Blackout or the black market tiers. Where's like the support for the Zombies players that don't want to play multiplayer and don't want to play Blackout? Got the game for Zombies and still want to participate with the community. They're getting fucked right now. It's not fair how Treyarch is, like, I don't know. It's just not fair. I feel like I'm being cheated out of a lot of shit from this game. From how Treyarch is, like, dealing with each community separately, not as a whole. I just, like... Please, Treyarch, if you somehow see this video, just listen to this one last sentence. Please, fix your fucking game.